Assalamu alaikum. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning, and welcome everyone to the LEWAS virtual session. Today with me, with the one and only Mr. Abdullah Jum'ah Abu Mundhir, who's had a remarkable career in the energy industry as CEO of Saudi Aramco from 95 to 2008, and a huge supporter for women in energy. He did not end his career in 2008. In fact, he went on to different positions and different roles, and is currently chair of the Saudi Investment Bank. And I'm very pleased, Abu Mundhir, to be with you on this interview.
Thank you, Reem. It's my pleasure to be with you all today.
Abu Mundhir, on November 9th, you joined us in the LEWAS, in the 7th edition of the LEWAS, the Leadership Excellence for Women Awards Gala Dinner. And you saw a number of women, and you met probably a number of women there that have really left or are leaving a remarkable impact in the energy industry. How did that make you feel?
Oh, I'll tell you, I drove back from Bahrain, and I almost had tears in my eyes because when I saw many of the young women that were the product of lots of discussions that we have had with the management team when we started in 2006 to send females en masse to universities, giving them the same opportunity that were given to their to the boys that we had, high school students. But I'll tell you, I had discussions with many of them, and it was just heartening. It was, to me, I said, you know, thank God we did the right thing.
Indeed, we did do the right thing, and you spearheaded that huge and very important change in the company, and obviously mirroring the Saudi government's pursuit towards having more women earning degrees and also represented in the workplace. It's been what, 15 years since then. Do you think that we've progressed? Have we met your expectations?
In fact, the situation as I see it today is much better than I thought where we would be. I mean, where we are today is I didn't think that we would be, but I look at it, let me focus and say there are two factors I think that brought us where we are today. I think we have had in the country a political will that gave the opportunity to women to contribute to the development of our society. I think on a corporate level, one of the concerns we had when we started the program in 2006 is, are these young women who are going to spend 5 years in top universities in the world, would they be able to use all the talent and all the education and all the brains that they have, or there would be restrictions on them not going to the field, social restrictions, and so on. But the political will has solved a huge amount of that concern. But I think technology also did a lot. Today, the drilling engineer can drill her well from a lounge in the airport, or from home, or from the office, and the refinery engineer can follow her work online from anywhere, and so on. So these two factors, I think, helped. And I didn't think that we would be where we are at looking from the perspective of 2006.
Indeed, I absolutely agree with you there. So what do you think the role of the male champion should also encompass? How else can a male champion support women today?
Again, it's a question of a mindset. But I think with the increase of number of women in the workforce, these concerns that you are expressing, I wouldn't make male champions. I think we all should realize that it is not muscle power, it's a brain power. And it's incumbent on the leadership of organizations is to look at the men and women in the organization for what they contribute to the corporation rather than their gender. And I have seen it. I see it in my house. I see it wherever I go, that the females now are, we will probably have a time when the males are going to look for their rice, but
I promise a woman that then we will make LEWAS, Leadership Excellence for Men Awards. You would likely win as well.
But again, it's really incumbent on the leadership of organizations to emphasize and championship really should first come from the top leadership of the organizations.
Absolutely. The untapped reserve study that's published by WPC and Boston Consulting said when a leader of the organization supports gender diversity, then the rest of the management team supported by 86%. And when that support does not happen, though, at the top of the organization, that percentage goes down to, I believe, 34%. Do you think that humanity has learned something in those last 18 months?
Yeah, I think from a business side, if you take technology and if you take the power that God has put in the human mind, I would take number one is just the ability to produce a vaccine in the short period of time is a testament, to the power of the human brain. However, this is what they call a black swan event. It's an event that you have not planned for, you have not thought it would happen, and so on. But we navigated through it, and unfortunately, the world lost a lot of lives. Some people are still suffering, but life goes on. This is not the first epidemic that hit the world. There are many epidemics that hit the world, and people sailed through them. But I think there's a lot of adjustment there is a silver lining. There's a lot of adjustment that now we are doing to our life because of a situation like this. And I hope we don't have a repeat of them.
Inshallah, indeed. It certainly has left a mark on everyone. What's the main legacy that you want to be remembered by?
2 weeks into the job as president and CEO and Aramco manager asked me exactly the same question. When you retire, what legacy you want to keep after your retirement. And I told him, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, we just started. You are talking now about retirement. I wasn't thinking about retirement at that time. But you know, I immediately told him, the answer was ready in my mind. I told him that I want to be the one who let the genie out of the bottle. By that, I meant that I realized that there was a huge brain power in our company that needed to be unlocked. And I found that there are men and women in the organization that can contribute more, that can propel the company more going forward. And therefore, I hope I was able, with the able team that I had fantastic people who were much smarter than I am, much more intelligent than I am, who helped me unlock that brain power in the organization. This is the genie that really put Saudi Aramco. Saudi Aramco has always been a successful company, but I think we also added to the success by letting the genie out of the bottle.
We really appreciate your participation in the LEWAS 2021 symposium. Thank you.
Thank you, Reem. Thank you very much. Thank you. My pleasure.